Hello everyone, this is the screencast for homework for Advanced Docker for CSC 591 Devops. So the first task was to create a container for a legacy application which would access a file that the legacy app creates over a port 9001 using SOCAT. So what we essentially did was that we created two containers in a DigitalOcean droplet. uh, the first Docker file for the container one fetches a Ubuntu image and just updates it, installs SOCAT in it. Then we run an echo command which writes to a file called legacy file, and then through SOCAT we are enabling to listen it on port 9001. So whenever someone tries to access it through a curl command on 9001, they should get a hello it homework for task 1 text as a response. So let's just first build the container. So you can build the container using this command. What it tells us that docker build -t for the container with this name with dot using this directory, using the docker file in this present directory. So yes, you can see that it was successfully built. Now we'll just run the container. So the -t tag here enables you to run the container in background. So we'll go to the other directory. So if we look at this Docker file, it just updates the Ubuntu image and then installs curl in it. So now again we would go and build the container 2 first using the same command we used for the previous container. It successfully built the container. Now we'll just run this command. So you can see the output through curl. So how this command works is that it is going to link the container 1 which was initially running, and container 1, again this is just an alias, and IT means interactive. So you can see the output which is produced by the curl command here. So this is the curl command, and it is saying curl container 1 at 9001 because that's the port we enabled when we use SOCAT here. And this minus name is that build a container, run a container with name container 2 from the image container 2 which we built earlier. So that's for task 1. Now let's move on to task 2. The task 2 wanted us to implement the remote ambassador pattern to encapsulate access to a Redis container by a container on a different host. So we used two DigitalOcean droplets, and we used Docker Compose to create containers instead of regular Docker files. So the difference essentially is that Docker Compose uses YAML format to create containers, and you can create multiple containers with a single Docker Compose file. So to install Docker Compose, these are the commands which you have to run, and Docker Compose is easily set up. We are not going to show the Docker Compose installation here in the screencast. So these DigitalOcean droplets already have Docker and Docker Compose installed in it. So this is the server, and what we are here doing is that create a container called Redis with the image Redis and a Redis ambassador with this image with link it to Redis and on port 6379. So we'll just run a command of Docker Compose up, and it would start building up Redis client. So as you can see, a Redis client is up. Now we go to, you can see that the Redis server is up. So here we are building a Redis server and not the client. Now we'll go to the client, where essentially we would just install a Redis CLI with this image, and there would be another Redis ambassador. Here it would expose the port 6379, and what it essentially does is it tells to take this environment variable in the command line where Redis underscore port underscore 6379 underscore TCP refers to this thing, and this is the public IP of the server DigitalOcean droplet, and obviously this is the port where the Redis has to be accessed. So here, instead of running docker compose up, we would run docker compose run Redis client, where Redis client is the name of our container containing the Redis CLI. So let's see that. So as you can see that it has successfully entered the Redis CLI, and this is actually the private IP of the container on the other host, that is the Redis server. So if we just do ping, it would say pong. So just to make sure that we are on the right track here, I've created another test client which would be again accessing the same Redis server. So when we'll do a set request here and do a get request from the another Redis client, so it should reflect there. So let's see that. Set my key as Devops. The status is okay, so we can do get my key and it's Devops. Set my key to as yay. Now we can do get my key to yes. So this is the task 2. So the task 3 for the homework 4 was a Docker deploy, where we had to extend the blue-green deployment workshop, and the same way in which a commit would trigger a post commit hook which would build a new Docker image and push it to a local registry, and on the blue.get and the green.get directories, the post receive hook would essentially pull the image, build it, and just run it. So let's see how it works. So first we'll create a local registry like this. So local registry is created. Let me show you how the hook is working. So this is our post commit hook, which would essentially just build a Docker image and push it. So let's do a change in our JS file. It says hello blue slice, so we'll be first just add something here, do this. So the post commit hook has been run. It is pushing to this repo, as you can see. So this takes some time. So the container image has been pushed, and now you can see that if you'll see the post receive hooks of the blue.get and the green.get, it is just pulling the image and running it and exposing a certain port, like 9000 in the case of blue and 9001 in the case of green, where we could see the actual echo response whatever we had. So we'll just go ahead and push it, git push master. So it says that image is up to date, and it is going to deploy it. These responses are fail to stop and fail to remove because there is no app called blue app running. There's no container running with the ID blue app. So let's check if it's running. So this is the IP for task 3, and if we go here 9000, so here you can see that it's hello blue slice Devops. So we'll go and change it again. We'll just go to VI. Let's change it to green. So we'll again do that. So now if we do git push green, again it is saying this image it is pushed, and these are again because since green app is no container existing as of now. So we'll just go copy this, and if you go to 9001, it says hello green slice Devops. Just to reiterate on this, we'll again change it to blue slice 2 Devops. This time you can see that there is no error because there was an existing container with blue app which it stopped and then restarted. Let's just see if the changes are being reflected. Yes, it is hello blue slice 2 Devops. This still remains hello green slice. So this is essentially what we were trying to achieve. So that's how we can do it. So that would be all. Thank you.